With the growth of DeFi in 2019, we've seen the re-emergence of decentralized exchanges, DEXs, as one of the vital pieces for autonomous liquidity on the back end of many of our favorite applications. Synthetix heavily relies on Uniswap, MakerDAO and Oasis, and dozens of wallets like Argent have integrated Kyber as their back-end liquidity protocol. Since this fall, Uniswap and Kyber have grown to dominate the DEX market, comprising over 50% of all DEX volume between just those two protocols. MakerDAO, Oasis and 0x have also carved out a substantial niche within the market, while DEX in exchange from the 2017/2018 still has a fair amount of trading volume with respect to the rest of the field. DeFi June Analytics average weekly trading volumes between Kyber and Uniswap are nearing $20 per week, with Kyber leading the market at around $M in weekly volume. IDEX trades around $M, followed by MakerDAO Oasis with $16M. It is interesting to see that IDEX is still able to garner this amount of trading volume despite having launched in the midst of the eco bubble. Moreover, it is interesting to see that Oasis is still up to par with the rest of the DEX in terms of volume despite the limited trading pairs. For those unfamiliar, Oasis only trades TAI and SAI-based pairs for a small handful of crypto assets, including ZE, BAT, REP, WETH, and UST. DeFi June Analytics X is the last major DEX left, boasting an average of $M in weekly volumes. While this is a respectable amount of volume, the 0x data includes all major DEX integrated with 0x's liquidity protocol, including Radar Relay, Paradex and Open Relay. With that, we've also seen Consensus AirSwap continue to muster up nearly $1M in average weekly trading volume. As one of the more prominent ICOs in 2017, AirSwap was one of the first DEX to facilitate a fully compliant security token transfer. We've now seen this done with Uniswap and others, as real tokenized properties now have liquidity pools for a verified whitelist of investors. The last DEX displayed above OpenSea is an exchange for trading NFTs and other digital collectibles with over $1 in average weekly volume. DeFi June Analytics. The above graph takes into account the average weekly volume in August and September and compares it to the average weekly volumes across December and January. We believe this methodology gives a more encompassing view on the growth of these exchanges rather than strictly looking at growth in the first week, August 12th, and comparing it to the last week in our dataset, January 20th. Despite having relatively low volume compared to the rest of the DEX, OpenSea was one of the highest growing DEX, boasting nearly 45% growth since the end of the summer. Non-fungible tokens continue to garner a growing amount of traction within the DeFi community as digital art and gaming collectibles from Gods Unchained, Axie Infinity and others find their niche. Outside of OpenSea's substantial growth, Uniswap and Kyber saw the highest amount of growth over the past 6 months. Uniswap led the pack, surging nearly 150%. This comes as no surprise as liquidity within the DEX, IDEST value locked, reached all-time highs on multiple occasions, with the exchange recently nearing $50M in total liquidity across thousands of token exchanges. Source: DeFi Pulse. While Uniswap saw the largest amount of growth, Kyber. You can read full post on CryptoFans News, link available in text below.